This building is being recorded.
I think Zoom may have set that up just so that way people would know that they were being recorded, and that's actually a recent thing. All right, so when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad was heading to Golgothir on a mission, on sort of a message from Morgana about some distress and some sort of disturbance in the city. When last you had left Golgothir, you had left it after a coup d'etat where Atar, the albino mind flayer, had overthrown Lady Andragora and her husband, the king of Golgothir. From there, you guys. So you guys were returning to Golgothir, having sort of tied up loose ends in Uther and having overthrown the Utalot sort of having exposed the Utalot conspiracy within the city of Uthadern. You guys were granted a manor and were sort of allowed to, Carrick was forgiven of his desertion. You guys went, bought supplies and went down to Golgothir. As you guys were making your way down there, you guys encountered you guys were making good time, and you guys had your first full night of sleep. And from there, Major Chad saw sort of a glimmer of sort of eerie, sort of extraterrestrial light shimmering down sort of a side passageway. He followed it and was fireballed into oblivion. And then the next morning, Wilfried went to go sneak around there, and he was ambushed by two gray slad. You guys fought the two gray slads, as well as a blue slad and a green slad. And as we sort of begin tonight's session, after that brief but fierce encounter with the slad, Fellowship's really sad. What are you doing?
No, I did not expect myself to be that far ahead of you. I thought, when you're just sneaking and you get caught up yourself, you just don't realize how far ahead of you are.
And I'm just going to kind of respond as I'm also kicking the bodies and kneeling down to check and see if there's anything on them while I'm just like, it's it gets ahead of us. Sometimes we're just curious.
All right, make an investigation check.
15.
15, okay. So you sort of pour over the slad bodies. I'll say you pick up between the four of them. You pick up, I'll say 125 gold, 235 silver, 380 copper, and 220 electrum.
Yeah, this is a dangerous area. We've come through here once already.
But what good is sneaking if you're not going to be away from us?
Yeah, but I was expecting to be like 30 or 40 feet. I was like 100 feet from you all, but
that tunnel's dark down there.
I think that was another reason. Being able to see that light, I forgot that usually I'm not able to see in this.
Also, you find sort of as you're investigating one of the slad bodies, you see that sort of the green slad had sort of a dark amulet on it, hanging around its neck. So it got this sort of this black crystal on it. Seems like it might be something.
Got a black crystal.
Mm-hmm.
You pick that up.
Yeah.
Do we, as a group, want to check out this portal you saw, or do we want to just continue on by?
When Major Chad saw it last night, there were a large number of slad and more coming through the portal at that time. They were starting to kind of chant something. That's why I had tried to fly Major Chad stone into there, because it sounded like they were.
Still got some of those dispeller stones. Should we go ahead and just close up that portal?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Eric. I think, we don't know what's down there. Obviously, as we've just gotten ambushed by these unseen slad.
Yeah, he was not here 5 seconds ago
We didn't
when I was
make
walking
a
down.
bunch of noise, so if there's anybody nearby.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm totally fine to go. It's just I know that there was a multitude of them down there.
Based on what Gerthen said, I will make a listening. I will try to listen and see if I can.
I mean, that we're safe now. They would have come already.
Yeah, no, but I will. I will listen and see if I hear any more coming
Okay, so make a perception check.
or any other noises.
Mm-hmm.
9. I was like,
9. You don't hear anything coming down the halls at the moment.
all right, we're good. Let's go.
We could, but you were saying they were throwing people in there.
Well, they had been throwing people in there. Yeah, it sounded like they were chanting this early this morning. They started chanting a name. I can't remember the name exactly, but the whole crowd started chanting, which to me sounds like something even more
Dragging
dangerous.
something out.
A larger creature.
If we close it, will all those people be stuck?
Theoretically, I would assume so. It seemed to start sucking people in, some near things, and things go back in when you close it. From my experience, the first one we closed. So, I mean, we don't have to get super close, but
If anything, we try to pick that stone back up.
yeah, it's going to be hard. I can kind of have an eye as to where Major Chad sort of dropped it, but I can't tell you, I mean, specifically because he died, he vanished. So, I mean, I'm all for trying.
All right, let's go take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, right? Well,
Someone else want to try to do the sneaking, or do you want to?
I think I mean, can keep sneaking. I can sneak ahead a little bit, or I mean, Major Chad's not here anymore. It takes me a little bit to summon another one.
I mean, I could sneak ahead too. Or
Yeah.
I'm loud when I need to be. I get caught.
Well, I do have all of the components to summon another familiar. It would only actually take me 10 minutes. I have to use a ritual to summon that. So if we want to sit here, I could at least
Do a not a short rest, but
I mean, it's a 10-minute break.
yeah.
I mean, we could just, I mean, it's up to you guys, but I could, because I had bought the one thing I needed was some charcoal. And so that was what I bought a few towns back. I think I actually bought that in Golgothir. I mean, yeah, Golgothir.
It's gonna come back a traitor.
So I'll sit down and spend 10 minutes.
Okay. So you spend 10 minutes to resummon Major Chad.
Yes.
So it says
Just an
Eivor
hour.
sort of draws like a chalk circle with charcoal. It's sort of on the ground and begins to sort of go through the incantations to resummon Major Chad. What form are you summoning him in?
The same thing, owl again.
Okay. All right.
I'll start doing a prayer of healing.
It's out there.
Okay.
If only.
Because that's 10 minutes as well.
All right. Go ahead and roll the healing damage, Wilfried.
8, D8, and D8. 16 plus 5, so 21 points of healing to, I'll do myself, Carrick, Gerthang. I don't think you got hit. Or do you need it?
I mean,
You got hit.
I've been a little hurt.
I do you. I don't.
Right.
But there's only 5 of us, so yeah, everyone gets it.
20 what?
21.
Oh, shoot, I'm full.
And then as I'm kind of standing up and he's finishing up his spell and Major Chad pops back in, I'll send him down the hallway back down there just to kind of scout out again.
Okay. So he's sort of make a perception check for him.
15.
15. Okay. So he sees sort of the shimmering, emerald light of the portals that sort of undulates in the darkness. He also sees a dark, sort of large, gigantoid form, sort of in the shadow beyond the portal.
Beyond the portal.
Just one. He's looking around the room.
Mhm.
So as he kind of just scans the room, I'll kind of have him fly back and report that to us, and then I'll tell the team, guys, you flew down there. I mean, it does look like the portal is still open, but he couldn't make it out specifically. But there did seem to be a very large. How large would you say?
Probably about 10 to 12 feet tall or so.
Not like the giants we encountered, or were they even taller?
So actually, so actually probably about well, I'll say 15 feet tall. Yeah, 15 feet tall. Sorry, you
Very,
look stats.
very large. Yeah,
Um,
a large creature. I couldn't make out exactly. I'm assuming it's some kind of large slad, 15-ish, 12, 15 feet tall. It looked like. And there was only one that he could see. So I mean,
He's a big one.
he's big, but I mean, if we need to do something, we've taken down
one portal so far.
and we've fought gods almost.
Yeah.
So
Or wannabe gods.
exactly. I mean, that's close. So I mean,
I
I'm
don't know
down
if
to.
there might be more invisible in there. That's my only concern.
Well, yeah. I mean, he can't sense completely that, so it's not much we can do there. That's the risk that we have to take if we're gonna go try to dispel this.
Well, Wilfried, you've got the bright, shiny light thing you do that seems to hurt bad guys. Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
you've got that bright, shiny light show that you do that hurts people. I guess you could maybe, if we wanted to try to take this guy out, you could go in and pop that off. See if it reveals anyone else. I don't know how it works. Maybe it would do something, but I don't know.
Try to do that.
Or we all just run and dive into him. He can't take us all on at the same time.
We can all try and grapple him.
all get one of his appendages.
We got some rope. Can we do some Star Wars style?
Yeah.
How far away is the portal at this point?
Could we dress one of you up as a slad?
the portal is relatively close to you. It's probably 50-ish feet away.
About 50 feet. What if someone jumps into a slad body, puppeteers it down with us?
Whoever it is, they're probably aware that we're here. That wasn't exactly a quiet scuffle.
I don't have Ray's animate dead, do I?
Again, I mean,
I don't think I have animate dead.
if we can get close enough, I
We
can
can just throw the stone.
that. I mean, I have a hand I can summon Mage Hand, where I can
Move it into it.
30 feet, so we could at least be 30 feet away. That's kind of what we did on the last one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to move up.
Yeah, I feel like as we try to find that stone.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're kind of moving up, I don't know where, because I know Major Chad wasn't super close by the time he died. So we've been kind of looking to see if we can find that stone. I think some of us
Okay.
on the ground.
Mm-hmm. So make an investigation check.
Yeah.
Who's good at investigating?
I'm not bagging.
So I had a 7.
Can I assist him to give him advantage?
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, that doesn't work that much better. That's a 12.
12, all right. So as you begin to sort of feel around in the dark and look for this stone, your hand sort of runs across sort of little, stalagmites and sort of different rock formations, but you don't find anything that sort of matches this dispeller stone that Major Chad dropped.
I mean, it looks like we still got at least 2 more between our party here.
You spent 2 on the,
Yeah.
and then we had 5 total.
Yeah, so then the 1 lost here. And we can still maybe start sticking our way back out. So we,
If we're not running.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So you want to get close and throw it in, or?
And the portal is lighting up a lot of stuff, right? Is it?
Yeah, so
getting
the portal
you
is sort of emanating sort of undulating light that reflects across sort of the cave surfaces in sort of the little chamber. There's in the map, there's sort of like a little small chamber that was housing the portal.
But I'm pretty fast. I can just go run up as close as I can get and then throw it at the last second.
Yeah, that can work. We got your back. We'll be right back here if anything happens.
All right, I'll go back and
Are you gonna do this?
Why not? What's the worst that can happen?
So how we'll move up right behind you, 5-10 feet behind you, and up until about 30 or 40, probably about 30 feet.
Well,
if anyone get hit by something, I take hits.
doesn't that
What?
lamp, doesn't that ghost lamp let you summon invisible helper too?
Right.
Servant.
Unseen servant. Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
What's this unseen servant spell?
Sorry,
Yeah, but
it's essentially like a invisible.
Uh, 1 hour,
60 feet, so yeah.
60 feet of me.
But that's cast on 60 feet.
Well,
yeah,
if
that's
you
it, right.
command to move more than 60 feet into the spell ends, it moves. It also can't move farther than that.
Okay, that's-
I can go. Yeah, I can. Unseen.
I mean, it would take me longer.
I'll pop up as an action, unseen servant.
All right, so you throw up Unseen Servant. Sort of this you sort of rush of air sort of spins around and sort of like blows some of the dust around in the cave. And your invisible servant, as you can't see, sort of awaits your command.
well, the strength-
So do we have a straight shot to the portal, or is it?
Yes, more or less. From where you guys were fighting at the end of the battle, yes.
And you said that there is at least one sled that was giant behind it.
At least one creature that was there, yeah.
Yeah. Creature. I said slag because I'm just
Yeah.
speculating as
It's a giant.
yeah, as they were.
And we're trying to. We don't want to try to save these guys.
Save the what? The
I have no
slag.
idea. The people that you said were
Thrown in there.
thrown in there.
How would
I
we
don't even-
save that?
Where we go in, then we go out.
That's a bit, I feel like that's a bit beyond our means. We don't know.
I have no
We
idea.
have no idea what we'd be getting into.
To prepare.
And even if we were able to get to Golgothir, save Golgothir and let them know how many more people are going to be taken in that time, I feel like the best thing we can do right now is just stop them bringing any more of their people in or taking any more out.
I hate the idea of just leaving them in there.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but I feel like it's kind of our best option.
You,
The longer that portal is open, the more people that might get taken.
true.
And it seems like there's plenty of portals too. That I'm sure they might find another one that they could
There might be
get
more.
wherever they're going.
But this one they probably know about.
Yeah.
Could you, if you send Major Chad through, you can't. Could you be able to see through his eyes in there, or can you does he just have to come back?
I
at
have
that
no idea. That is something I have not done, and so I realistically could not tell you. We could potentially try it, but I mean, I've lost him once already in the past 12 hours. I know it's seemingly just this fey creature, but
Yeah, I didn't want to like make you lose him, but if there was a way he could get through and then immediately back in as a
yeah.
because there's a portal, so that means that there's most likely a portal on the other side that they can come back through. It will be my understanding of portals.
I would assume so, yeah. I mean, but I again, we can do it. I guess I would probably do it while we closed. I'd like to not have the chance of things following him back through if he comes back and they follow him.
I think
True.
I wouldn't be opposed to investigating in there ourselves, one of us even going in, but I would want to get rid of this, whatever guy is in there first, so whoever goes in doesn't get cut off.
Yeah, we could.
I'm not jumping in the portal.
I don't mind the idea of jumping in.
That
I
helmet.
just don't want to come back to this 15-foot tall slide guy staring in my face. But I suppose, I mean, he could come in after me and then wouldn't even be able to get back out. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind going in, but I just want to take out this guy first if that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
But if we're out, the more we're out here, the more chance if slides do come through this portal. I just realized that they might be coming through as we're fighting.
They might be coming through as we speak. We need to do something,
So,
I think, now. I mean, the more we're
Either-
talking,
Yeah.
we don't know what's
But
happening.
if we're fighting, we may not be able to answer to this portal until it's too late. But
That's what I'm
if we're
saying.
just-
I think
if
we
we're
need
here,
to.
we could.
Can your unseen servant even hold the rock?
I give it to the unseen servant.
Okay. One
hold
second.
It does fetching things, cleaning, and
Yeah, we can.
Yes. So you hand it to the unseen servant, and sort of this purplish, sort of bluish.
There's a magical effect.
It has a strength of 2. Yeah, I can hold it. So it has this purplish bluish sort of greenish stone, sort of sits in this servant's hand, and you see the stone just sort of floating there in front of you guys.
Let's just get rid of the portal.
Tell them to go in.
All right. Servant, go into the portal and activate the stone.
All right. So this
To dispel it.
you hear like the sort of rush of wind, sort of spins by, like about a couple seconds go by, and you see this big sort of like electricity, and sort of things in the cave begin to be sucked up. And all of a sudden, you see this large sort of deformed, sort of bulbous creature that carries like a club, sort of sliding across the floor towards the portal, and sort of grabs onto one of the stalagmites. And sort of things in the clave are sort of rushed in, pulled in, and you guys feel your cloaks sort of whipping in the wind towards this portal as it sort of begins to sort of crackle and emanate, and then all of a sudden, there's like burst of bright energy, this pulse of energy. Everything's sort of thrown back. This giant creature sort of collapses to the sort of like drops from where he was hanging on the stone to the ground, and you guys
Do we have a direct line of sight to it at this point?
more or less, yeah.
And
Or it's not like around a corner or anything.
No.
Okay. Well, I've got my maul ready because I assume the lamp is still lit because it was last time. Lit
That's
at
up.
the end
That's
of
up to. Yeah, I guess it still would be.
Yeah.
So as all that kind of is happening, I am gonna have mentally talked to Major Chad and just told him to fly in, and because I saw the portal was closing, and fly in, and then if he can look around and fly back out, like.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know how you want to do that, and if I'm kind of like looking through his eyes, I don't know if that works because it is 150 feet, but I don't know. Dimensional wise, but I'll try and look through his eyes until he goes through the portal, and I'll tell him if I lose that kind of connection, have him kind of fly right back out, just take a quick look around, get as much information as you can, and then fly back in if you can.
Okay.
and that's a lot. But that's
So how fast can Major Chad move?
he's 60 feet of flying.
Okay, all right. So he can move faster than the unseen servant.
Yes. Yes.
So I will say that you are able to, because unseen servant can move. It says 15
Yeah,
feet.
18 feet around.
So 30 feet.
Right, so
50
30
years
feet. So I'll say that you are able. That the Major Chad is able to make it to the portal, and that makes sense. And then your mind link just sort of goes blank with him.
That's what I kind of thought.
And then how far were you telling him to go in?
I want him just to kind of go in maybe like 30 feet, and then like because I know that the portal is like closing. I've seen it before, and so I know how much kind of time-ish it sort of takes, and like come back as soon as he kind of sees it getting small, like closing and seeing if he can still get back through. I don't know if that's still like an opening thing.
So here's what happens. So Major Chad sort of flies in. Sort of flies in 30 feet. And he comes back. He comes out. The unseen servant is not moved at all. So he just basically instantly bops in and out, as from your perspective. There's a moment of blankness, there's like picosecond of darkness, and then all of a sudden Major Chad's back. Then the unseen servant hits, and Major Chad. However, when Major Chad was on the other side of the portal, he saw this land of sort of
He saw like 100 people that were like
a spinning land of sort of floating islands of rock in the sort of moving sort of this realm of air and sort of inky darkness. He saw sort of like water sort of flowing upwards and downwards, as well as side to side in sort of these almost these rivers that seem to defy gravity. There were sort of these jets of flame that appeared out of nowhere. And he saw what looked like a giant sort of frog egg mass. In the frog egg mass were Duragar and other sort of creatures of the Underdark.
Okay. But I mean, I'm assuming I don't know what's happening. This was all just kind of immediately just in during that time. So I don't know what happened once the portal closed and then the giant creature dropped. I don't know if he's angry at us at this point or. So I'm still prepared. I'm not like talking about it right now because I'm still like prepared for that.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess we're all on our. At least I'm holding my breath, waiting.
Mm-hmm.
This massive creature just stayed from the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So the creature sort of gets up or grunts, sniffs.
Lavender. Smells lavender.
Smells lavender.
He sort of sniffs around and then heads back down the path that where he sort of come from, sort of grunts or drags his club behind him.
Away from us or toward us?
Away from you guys.
Can I do an insight check to see if he did any sort of recognition or if it's just a.
Yeah, make an insight check with, I'll say, disadvantage since you aren't getting a good look at him, and this isn't a insight check necessarily.
It's a 16.
16. All right. It looks like. So what was the insight check on exactly?
Just to see if he had any sort of recognition or if he's like, because if he's going away, he may be reinforcements or something. But
if he knew that.
No, it seemed like there was no sort of change in his demeanor as he sniffed around. If that makes sense.
Did he recognize that the portal closed?
Yes, he did recognize the portal closed. But you get the impression that he did not notice that you were there, or at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, onwards to Golgothir. We did one good thing.
Seems like nothing. We got lucky on this one.
All right, so you guys
I was muted, but
come back.
I was saying literally word for word what Hunter said at the same time, but I was muted.
Oh.
I was saying, well, onwards to Golgothir.
All right.
Yeah, I
do
mean, let's just head back to the main tunnel.
all right. So,
On the way back, I'll look for a stone on the ground.
okay, make an investigation check.
Ooh, 9.
9. You sort of look around. You find a stone, but it's not a dispeller stone.
And
So you guys make your way back to.
Detect magic.
I don't have a spell up.
Not I.
I used to.
I mean, normally when somebody points and then it explodes, that's magic.
Yeah, I do not have like magic prepared today.
Oh well.
Or a locate object, which would do wonders for both of them.
Continue.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the main tunnel, and you guys sort of begin to meander your way back down the sort of the tunnels towards Golgothir. As you guys kind of sort of come to the end of the, so this first half of the day is sort of it's an uninhabited area of the tunnel. It's this is sort of the upper areas, but as you get into the second day, you are starting to get more into the more civilized areas near Golgothir. You see that many of the sort of the homesteads, the outer lying houses that you guys had sort of seen coming out of Golgothir, they've been burned and razed to the ground.
You see people?
You see. You don't see many people as you go by. You do see. Actually, let's have a group perception check as we go through.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone make a group perception check. Oh, good. Really, it's helping you guys out too.
Me
All
too.
right. So really rolled a 7. Carrick, what'd you roll?
It's a 4 from Garrett.
4.
Four.
All right. Hunter, or sorry, Girthing, what'd you roll?
0.
Oh, good. Angvor?
I had a 4, and I rolled for Major Chad. He rolled a 19.
Okay. All right. Wilfried?
I rolled a 6 for an 11.
And you were the high. You were the high roll.
Yeah. Except for Major Chad.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Major Chad is gonna save our butts.
Advantage roll.
Since Major Chad sort of soars over the sort of the horizon, he sees a handful of sort of doors and deep gnomes and these sort of mutated sort of dark elf like sort of monstrosity like creatures as he flies over. He also does see a fair number of these sort of mutated sort of deformed giants that the ones like the one you saw in the cave with the vortex, sort of moving along. So, like he sees a small band of them sort of ransacking and pillaging a homestead.
Do they resemble the Slads? Like in
Make an Arcana check.
natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Or 20 total.
Okay. So these are Fomorians.
Fomorians?
Yeah.
These are Fomorians.
And so these are sort of the giants of the Underdark.
I'm still looking for the Dispeller Stone on the ground.
Okay. All right.
We're nowhere near that place.
This is like
He's
half
just
a
like-
day. This is like half a day later.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like half.
We're like
You're
an
still
hour
just
down the road.
just in case it happened to roll this far.
May have rolled a long way. He was moving in pretty fast.
Fomorians, giants of the Underdark, basically.
Yeah, and they were cursed when they tried to invade the Feywild.
Invade. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They were cursed when they tried to invade the Feywild.
I'll say since even though you rolled a natural, you say it was a total of 20, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll say with just a 20, that's all you get.
It was also a natural 20, but just a 20.
Right. But yeah.
Just little skill checks.
Yeah, but
I know.
it's not a dirty.
I know everything. That I was told.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, it seems like there's a few stragglers behind here, but not many people are left. It seems like this is very, very different from the first time we came through. I don't know. We should just push on more into the heart of the city and see what's going on.
Can we tell just from memory roughly how far we are from the main city?
So I will say that from the outskirts of the main city, you're probably about a half a day's journey. And then maybe another half a day's journey down to the very heart of Golgothir.
Are we going the same direction that we came in?
Roughly, although you guys, so Morgana sort of led you in sort of a quicker but also more discreet route. You've ended up meandering through more of these homesteads this time around. So you're sort of more so you guys are sort of closer to Golgothir than you were leaving, if that makes sense. But you're still distance wise from the city of Faro is away.
Yeah.
So it's been about half a day. We've been traveling about half a day.
Yeah, I think we should maybe continue on for a few more hours. Memory serves, we still got a good ways to go. About like a day until we get there.
Yeah.
Main city. So we go a few more hours. Probably find a discreet enough place to rest for the night.
Then we're just gonna walk in the front gates.
I was gonna text Morgana and let her know that we're on the way.
On our way.
OMW.
Yeah.
Out.
One word, you're saving some letter.
OMW.
Omwa.
Colon parentheses.
Is that the AIM spell? The AOL messenger spell?
It's the SMS version of it.
I mean, that's a good idea. We should reach out to her, see where she's at, and maybe if she knows of a place.
Yeah, because we may not be able just to walk in and think, they're probably monitoring who's going in and out.
Agreed.
If we don't have any soup, we could say we were soup sellers. That might get us there now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess reach out to her and then we'll see if we can meet her halfway from here to there.
So we're about half a day's journey to the center of Golgothir.
Mm-hmm.
How
Well,
about
you said about half a day's journey to the outskirts and then another half a day.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure, I guess I'll go ahead and send a message.
Okay.
We are about half a day's journey to the outskirts. Where should we meet? W.
It's a somatic reference to the message. The message is sending spell.
Face. W. Meet at the house of Strothgan, the Arcanist.
Is that where we were at when we were leaving? Is that the same house?
No. That was Galen. And she continues, meet me at the house of Strothgan, the Arcanist. Galen and Chad are with me.
She said meet at the house of Strothgan?
Strothgan. STROTHGAN.
And she said Galen and someone named Chad was with her.
I don't know if I remember Chad.
Never met a Chad in my life.
Yeah, I don't have a cat.
Yeah, I mean, so it sounds like she knows the place. You know, this Strothkin, the house.
No idea. I was hoping either one of you would know or she would give me directions.
We can always ask somebody.
Yeah. Get in made the hard part. And then finding that should just be asking it.
He's an alchemist. It seems like he would be well known.
Also, do you think if we do really well here as a house, it would be too soon to call it the house of the chili slab?
I think this would be appropriate here.
For a slab,
This
we
is our vacation home.
chili by killing them.
Well, one word until we get closer, I guess. Find a more
Somewhere to
populated area, I guess. Maybe where we could ask somebody where this alchemist's house is.
yeah.
Keep on going.
You guys head deeper into the city. Sort of as you guys
Do
sort
we
of
see any? We don't see any mind flayers as we're going.
make a perception check.
Are there any? So we saw Fomorians. Are
17?
there any in our?
Okay, so perception check. First,
17.
17.
And
Okay.
mind flayers or people who look like they're kind of enforcing curfews or like other than just the Fomorians.
Fomorians.
Like Fomorians, just like
Mhm.
pillaging. Other than that, is there one who seems to be like?
Okay, so
imposing
you
authority?
don't really see any mind flayers.
Mhm.
I will say that in the Underdark, it is very hard to tell the difference between somebody who is just robbing people and somebody who's enforcing some sort of rule, right? So you see
Fair enough.
people that could fall in either of those categories.
Fair.
And what were you saying, Wilfried?
I was just keeping an eye out for any Fomorians in our way.
All right, yeah. In which direction? Yes, make a perception check.
14.
14. Okay. So as you sort of look around, the way does seem to be clear of Fomorians. You don't really see anything in your direction. Right? You guys sort of make your way into the sort of deeper into the towards Golgothir, and you guys sort of move. So you guys move from sort of a more sort of populated, inhabited region, and you guys head out sort of into the outskirts. You pass the passageway, the rough area where you guys would turn off to go towards Ungrat. And you remember it, and you begin to head down into the sort of the passageway towards Golgothir. As you're heading along, because you're sort of keeping an eye out, you see a familiar fellow, sort of sitting on the side of the road. A bunch of sort of he's sort of got some armor. He's got he's got some armor that he's carrying with him. He's got some as well as some hammers, some tongs.
Orgroth?
Yes, it is Horgoroth.
Hey, Horgroth.
Who goes there?
I'll walk up and
It's good to see you again. If you remember me.
You're one of the people that Lady Andragora brought from fighting against the Slad and sent to Ungrad, right?
Yeah.
I was making some armor for you.
Yeah. I appreciate it, but I know you've got a lot else going on right now. But we heard there was trouble in town after we wrapped up our business up toward the surface. We figured we'd come see what we could do to help.
Yeah, things got a lot worse. At first, Atar and his mind flayers were just consolidating power. They were just the new sort of ruling class, but quickly things became sadistic and they devolved quickly. There began to be purges of people, not just people who disagreed with Atar's every whim, but people who had done nothing wrong, people who had were just suspected of dissent, and people just for the sake of arresting people.
Well, we're trying to meet someone toward town at the house of, I think his name was Strothgan, an arcanist.
Yeah, I know
That
Strothgand. Yeah, his house is sort
be
of
able to direct us.
that way toward. Yeah, I could probably lead you to the house of Strothgand.
Greatly appreciate it.
All right. So Horgrath begins to lead you sort of
As
down.
I'm talking to, I just want to make like a general. Does he seem on the level? Does he seem like he's genuinely worried about all this and he's being totally genuine, or does he seem like he's kind of under an influence, like there's any deceit, or like he's, I don't know, going to turn us in?
Make an insight check.
Sure. 14.
14. It seems like I will say that give me 1 second to check something.
Uh-oh.
So you get the impression that his eyes are sort of wide and sort of dazed. He has sort of this blank look in his face as you talk to him. He doesn't really seem to pick up on who you are. Just sort of vague recollections as through a fog.
I guess as we walk, I'll just kind of.
So you've been doing okay for yourself? Managed to get out and
Yeah, I've been doing okay. Everything seems to be. I mean, they seem to have passed me by, and things seem to be doing all right.
good.
Insight check. I've been told not to trust people, so I'm.
Make an insight check.
I rolled a 4 for 12.
12. All right. So you get the impression that he is a little bit off, but you can't quite put your finger on why he's off.
How's your family doing?
My family, my family's doing. Yeah, they're doing okay. I think they're in hiding.
Yeah, since you brought it up, how is that new weapon that you were gonna make for me? You make much progress on it?
Yeah, I'm almost done with the new weapon for you. Yeah, it's almost done. It was yeah.
I didn't catch your name before. What was your name again?
I'm Hrothgar.
I'm Will.
Nice to meet you, Will.
Nice to meet you.
Is there any
Kind of
like
step back a ways? I'll slow my pace and step back a ways,
All right.
and as quietly as I can say to everyone,
Yeah, something's definitely not right.
He's probably just in shock.
I think we can probably find our way all right from here. I don't want to put you in any harm's way. I know
Are you sure? I think we're getting kind of close to the place. I think we'll be there soon.
I appreciate it, but I don't want to trouble you any more than we already have.
No, I insist. We have to. We're almost there. It's just a little ways farther. It's no risk. It's no inconvenience.
Really, we've got it.
Really, I must insist.
Oh, don't you have a
I'm
commission?
I'm not walking anymore.
All right.
I will stop when Carrick does.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I? I have a thought.
I can banish him.
I do.
I'm totally just out of something choice.
So is there any resistance to these guys? Just for,
Yes,
like-
there were those that tried to resist our leader Atar, but they were all
You're a leader.
defeated.
Wait, is he a mind flayer or is he a
He's just
He's a Durgar.
he's Durgar?
Mhm.
You're a leader.
our.
Does he have a weapon on him?
Yeah, he does.
Just one or
He's
Yep.
carrying sort of a warhammer.
is he just stopped and still looking away from us, or is he turned back to face?
He's turned back around. He's sort of facing. His body language sort of leaned forward aggressively. He sort of turns to you guys. Sort of looks
Does he-
over.
Like to.
Looks over, and out of the shadows, sort of
around?
this.
Oh,
Out of the shadows, sort of this black cloak, sort of purple mind flayer steps out. His sort of
I
tentacles.
call- And I cast Call Emotions
You can, yeah.
on everyone.
Right.
There we go.
Um,
Charisma saving, isn't it?
it I was hoping to cast it on Hogra or Hrothgar. And I was hoping to be able to suppress any charmed effects or frightened effects.
Okay.
And it's a charisma saving throw if he does not want to fail.
Okay. What is the DC?
16.
16. All right. He failed, as did the mind flayer.
Because it's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
I was mainly trying to get Hrothgar before the mind flayer stepped out, but
Okay.
that's what I thought. I
The mind player steps out. As you guys call emotions, sort of stands there menacingly. His cloak sort of billows back.
So any charmed or frightened effects, I will suppress.
Yeah. So at this moment, sort of Hrothgar's eyes sort of clear up. He begins to look more alert. Sort of stands there. He looks at the mind flayer, sort of reels back in panic and shock.
how far away is the mind flayer?
He's probably like 30 feet from you guys. He's right there with you guys, basically.
And it's not the one we recognized from before.
No, it's not the albino one.
It's
It's not
not.
Atar.
It's not Asgath. We never met Asgath.
You never met Asgath. You met Atar. So it's not the albino mind flayer Atar. Or steps forward. You should not have come back.
We did save Atar, did we not? I just wanted to check up on you all and make sure you were okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Not alive.
I guess that would technically be.
Oh.
Well, does it make a difference for me?
Well, we are trying to check up on him.
It's
It's not a lie. It's not technically a lie.
technically not a lie.
Asian.
You did say the
Perception.
Atar check. You also are coming to check up on him
On him?
or the Sarah.
Well, I was going for deception. I
Well,
was going for.
I understand what you're
wanting
going
to-
for.
The element of deception is that we are still for the mind players. That
He's
was the
cloaking.
implication.
I guess you can,
All right, I will say you can roll either deception or persuasion.
Thank you.
The
I guess
deception,
that's
yeah.
more of a choice right there instead of a.
Yeah, it is a choice.
Well, I'm so glad that I managed to convince you because it was a natural one.
So he looks at you guys. He says, "You are no friend of Atar, the mind flayers." And he will. Yeah.
I'm
I
just gonna
thought-
say you're right, we're not, and I'm gonna run up and attempt
I
to.
know emotions.
As you come to roll, come to attack him, let's all roll some initiative.
All right. I just want to see if I can clarify after we do this, I guess.
One second.
Two. Forgetting.
Oh, nice. That's the 7. That's the nice.
Would you, if creature fails, it seems there are two on the following two effects. Would you assume I could do that for each creature? I could choose separate effects for each creature, or would it be?
I would imagine so. But it's on a failure.
Yeah, they both fail.
Oh.
Because if I had realized I could do it differently for each creature, I would have made his the second.
That's weird.
He is indifferent.
All right. 25, 20. 25, 20.
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 20. But Angor better decks.
Okay. Uh, 20 to 15.
17.
What's your plus, Carrick?
2.
And then Wilfried, what'd you roll?
9.
9. All right.
Yeah, I can read it both ways as well. But since it says if a creature fails, choose one, makes it seem like it's not like two of each creature.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna see that.
But I just wanted to see my common motion either.
What?
The calm emotions effect or spell, it says if a creature fails at saving throw, choose one of the following two effects. And then it's the suppressed charm or frightened, or the other one is make a creature indifferent. Could I do one for one creature and one for the other?
Okay, so
Or would it
so
all
what
have
you're
to
saying is it's saying you suppress strong emotions. So it says if a creature fails its saving throw, choose one of the following two effects. I think you can choose.
Because if I can choose, I would have made him indifferent towards
Okay. All right. All right. So as the calm motion sort of spills out, sort of the sort of the fog sort of fades from Horgroth's eyes. He sort of looks up in surprise at you guys. The mind flayers they step forward menacingly. Now sort of looks at you guys as you know, as Carrick is trying to persuade him that yes, we are here to help. And he looks at you guys and says,
Hail, friend.
hello. Who might you be?
How goes it?
It goes well. How goes it for you?
It's going well. We were hoping to make it to Golgothir.
Golgothir is down that way in the depths. Golgothir is under the command of Atar and the Council of Elders.
Well,
What's up, guys?
we don't have much time.
No.
It becomes hostile
Yeah.
right after the minute.
Yeah. We only have a minute, guys. What do?
It's been like 30 seconds.
I guess we'll be on our way.
All
I
right.
appreciate
Yeah,
the
we're on our way.
directions.
Hrothgar, you're coming with us, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you,
So you guys quickly shuffle away from this mind flare that you have sort of calmed. I mean to make your way down the direction.
quickly mention that you may not like that when we leave, or when we get a little bit out of the earshot.
All right.
Tell everybody.
But do you want to go back and kill him?
That might be preferable.
Yes. Then why don't we just start attacking?
So you guys have continued to move down the way.
At least prevent him from telling other people.
If we want to, we can try to.
I mean,
It's about up. It's probably ending right now.
That's what we came for, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, what's in the bigger message? Him going and telling people that we're there, or they're like person there?
a body.
Can we try to find a place to hide in case he comes in our direction looking for us when he wakes up?
Yeah, make a perception check. I mean, he's not like asleep either. He's just
I know,
calm.
I mean wakes
Yeah.
up in a
Sure.
big distance.
Yeah, make a perception check.
It says the creature becomes hostile again unless the DM rules otherwise.
And it's after a minute, right?
Yes.
What'd you roll, Carrick?
His charm effect would also reapply after it, right? If it's a perpetual one.
Probably.
Or does it end?
When the spell ends, any suppressed effect resumes,
All right.
So if it's an ongoing charm.
provided that it has not expired at the moment during
Right.
that period.
So what would you roll, Carrick?
5.
5. You don't really see anywhere to hide. You're sort of on the sheer cliff face. You don't see any clefts or any sort of areas for you guys to hide. And after about a minute of sort of quickly running down this way, you see Hrothgar's eyes sort of cloud over again. His gait slows.
Would he come with us?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we told you.
Oh,
That's okay.
I said, I don't know.
Somebody said come with us.
All right.
Well, I guess we still don't know where this Drothgar guy's house is.
Guess we better keep moving.
Yes, you guys keep on. I assume you guys keep on moving down, sort of in this direction along. So you guys are sort of along this sort of this cliff face, and sort of got these avenues and these channels, and sort of you're starting to see more more habitation. You're starting to see some actual like sort of it looks like a population of mostly deep gnomes. They're sort of starting to enter in.
Are we almost at Strothkin's house there, Rothgar?
It's just it's somewhere around here.
You said you know where it's at.
I think it's yeah, it's down there, sort of in the middle. Just
I'm
guys
just
start.
like turning around, bang board, just
I know.
As you guys start moving down, you hear a
Sorry, guys, I panicked.
does
does that sound like Chad?
sound like Chad.
I know that cry.
I
Let's
guess
head
he
towards
is-
that direction.
Yeah, that direction.
Right? You guys begin to make your way towards sort of the cry of Chad. Sort of move your way through these sort of these small sort of hovels, sort of like this. These sort of they're sort of compiled of different pieces of slate, sort of haphazardly together, and that make up the deep gnome house. You sort of move beyond in sort of the area where it looks like there's sort of more sort of of Duragar, and you see sort of a larger habitation, and there you see sort of a courtyard, and you guys guess that's sort of where Chad, they call where the cry that you just heard came from.
Is it open?
No, I mean, so it's sort of like a sort of walled courtyard around, and it is sort of locked.
How high is the fence?
20 feet.
So can't see in.
Could just go knock.
Can I pick up Wilfried?
You
Yeah.
gonna throw me first?
Yeah, make a strength check.
I'm not finding it.
A natural 20.
That's right. So you hoist up Wilfred on your shoulders like a child on his father's shoulders at a theme park.
Fly over the.
Yeah, you sort of lean over, and Wilfred, you can sort of see it, and there's Chad down there.
I fly over and I kind of see if I can spot if Major Chad's down there. But if there's a house, I kind of land and I just drop Wilfred down too,
Mhm.
and see if there's a door or something over there.
Yeah, so there's sort of a large ornate door that's sort of got like a sort of a it's got sort of an entryway that has sort of 4 pillars and sort of a roof over the top, and the doors at the end of this entryway.
And as I'm kind of like, we're walking towards the door, I'm going to send a message back to Gertheg and just say, stay there, guys. We're going to see this where God is at. We're going to knock on the door. We'll be right out.
We'll be
I'm
right
not
there.
playing. Right. And so I'll just have that message to him so he can tell the party what's going on.
Angel has to stay here. I don't know. Just voice
So yeah, I think I'm going to walk up with Wilfred and try and go knock on the door.
All right, so you knock on the door. Here. You see this sort of small sort of gnome sort of peer up at you, sort of blinkingly. He's got sort of a bald head. He's sort of wearing sort of, nice sort of attire.
Strothkin?
I'm not Master Strothkin.
We're here from a lady who must be housing, Morgana. She told us to meet her here. Trust me. Go tell her if she's here. W. I don't know how you guys communicate, but Wilfred, you
Tell
know
her W's here.
Make persuasion checks.
I'm
I'm gonna be keeping an eye behind us outside the gate
I'm re-rolling
just to
that.
see if anyone's coming.
Your perception check, Kiarak. What'd you guys roll, Wilfred and Angvor?
My first was a natural 1,
Nice.
and I re-rolled it with halfway and got a 9.
9. Nice.
got a 9.
9. All right. So he looks back over his shoulder. And goes, I don't trust you.
Insight check.
And then 20 gold.
He sort of looks at it. He sort of tries to give it back to you.
I'll take it back.
All right. And sort of like leans back. In this moment, sort of Morgana. So you hear this. As these lights are footfalls. You see Morgana's head sort of appear in the door frame. You see her sort of. Wilfried, it is lovely to see you. Thank you for arriving on such short notice. Ingvar, it's always a pleasure.
You as well. The rest of our party is
on the other
on
side
the
of
other
the
side
gate.
of the gate. I had to fly over with Wilfried here to. So I don't know. If
Master
you would-
Hamlin, would you mind letting in the rest of the party? The Deep Gnome sort of looks up at her and sort of glares at her. And so he sort of pads down towards the gate and sort of opens it.
Thank you.
Carrick, would you roll on your perception check?
They told us.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So you're looking around and you see sort of a mind flare sort of floating in the background, sort of in the shadows, sort of floating there, looking,
Same,
peering after you guys.
same one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just like how far away?
Probably 70 feet away, 70 to maybe 100 feet away, 70 to 100, 75, 100 feet away.
He's just standing there watching.
Mm-hmm.
We-
And there are some that the gate opens behind you.
And I don't see anyone else around him,
moment.
just him.
Yeah, it's him at the moment. Come in, come in.
Derek, we were told to stay here though by the
Horgrath
really?
just begins to sort of sleepwalk in through the gate. as Carrick and Gur stay there.
Alright, I guess we go.
You heard, or depending on how far away it was, I tried to tell him come in.
So you guys sort of come in. You see this elaborate sort of domed sort of hallways and sort of these dark paneled sort of black walls inside this home. On the walls there are sort of these different sort of beasts of the Underdark, heads of the beasts of the Underdark sort of held up there, and some of them look like, you know, there are sort of the Dragloss, the sort of demonic drow, and there are the Formians as well. There's no Formian head as well
In the building. Oh,
on the
as
wall.
soon as I get in and like meet up with everyone,
Yeah.
and I guess Morgana and everyone else there.
Yep.
I'll just mention quietly. Try to subtly usher everyone kind of away from Horgrath,
Mm-hmm.
if I can,
Okay.
and just mention quietly, trying to be out of his earshot.
Is there a back way out of here? I believe we've got a mind flayer following us.
Yes, I do think there is an underground passageway that'll lead us deeper into the city of Golgothir. But
He wants to use that sooner than later. I imagine he's going to be bringing people to.
it'd be nice to do it.
It'd be nice to rest for a little hour while we're here. I mean, it is kind of late too now. I mean, we've been traveling for another half of the day, right?
yeah, it's getting late. You know what I'm saying?
Good. There's room. We could all just hang out here and bunk down here for the night. This seems to be a safe place, Morgana, correct?
I believe this is a place that's protected both by magical protections and by physical protections.
Yes.
Oh, well, good.
What is? You request us here pretty quickly. What is that? Are we here to just usurp the mind flayers? Are we here to get them
So
on ready to?
Is there? Let's go down to the vault beneath the house. And so you guys sort of begin to make your way down these sort of steps into the sort of the deep sort of dark sort of bunker underneath the house. You guys sort of move down deeper and deeper into these subterranean tunnels. Morgana sort of takes up the back and sort of slips down as Hamlin sort of pulls Hrothgar aside, begins to talk to him. These guys head into this pitch black darkness. And Morgana begins to light sort of torches as you guys go down the hallway. And then you sort of see this dark chamber at the bottom. And then Morgana
Bring up the lantern light as well.
Okay. And Morgana says, so a lot has changed since you guys left.
Seems like it.
It's not just that Atar and his mind flayers have usurped the throne of Lady Andragora, but that that they don't even seem to be the force behind the throne, if you understand my drift. There is a deeper, more sinister monstrosity that is orchestrating their motions and their
Does that have anything to do with those big ugly guys that we saw on the way in?
maybe I don't know the whole depth of it. I just know that they have a master that they're serving.
Do we know
Any idea who that is?
whereabouts of his days?
He calls himself Elaxon.
Also, Mega Chad.
Mega Jet.
Has anybody come forward with tales of seeing this monstrosity?
No, we don't even know what he is. We just know that he is sort of spoken of by the mind flayers, and we know that those who have been under their thrall have talked about him.
Is there any whereabouts? I mean, I know these Golgothir goes deep into the earth, into the mountains. Are there any whereabouts as to locating this Elaxon?
We believe he is located deep beneath the city of Golgothir, but we don't know exactly where.
Do the mind flayers inhabit the throne area, or do you see them go down to potentially talk to Alexa or commune with them?
What did you say? Sorry.
Do you see any of the mind flayers leave to go talk to Alexa, or is it, or do you know where they abide?
We believe that he can speak to them without being face to face.
Yes, we think that they seem to have that ability.
So were the Slad and the Mind Flayers, are they together in this, or have they?
As best we can tell, they are at odds. Whenever they encounter each other, they slaughter each other. The Slads seem to be uniquely immune to the powers of the mind flayers, the manipulations and the machinations that can control the minds of humanoids.
Well, that could be useful.
if we could have a slat on our side. Seems
I'm raising water.
likely.
You do have a sled.
I don't know if I've been feeding him, so he might be dead.
Well, strangely enough, even though you haven't been feeding him, he's still doing okay.
He's been eating. But he is pretty small. He's still in this jar.
Yeah, he's very small.
So in like 20 years,
We
we'll
can
have an ally
Yeah.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Just send him into one of those portals.
Nothing can go wrong with that plan.
We just gotta wait here for 20 years. How long do slides live? Or how fast do they grow?
Make an Arcana check.
7.
7. You don't know.
You're watching one. That's all you know. Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like there might have to be a journey down to the depths to locate Alexin.
Journey to the center of the earth.
It seems like a wonderful title for a story.
With a ton of effects.
The journey, consider relaxed.
And this gorgeous looking bald guy.
Maybe we could do a rail cart ride.
So Morgana, what can we do to help best?
Well, I think there are multiple ways to go about this. We can try to assassinate members of the council. Sort of the allies of Atar and his mind flayers.
How many are there still? There were what, seven or eight of them?
Yes.
Is that still right, or are there more now?
There's one fewer. You're able to kill one of them.
Oh,
Yes, well, it
that's impressive.
costs many lives, and
I believe it.
but
How did you?
Nexon is no more.
That?
We sent in an individual who had been sort of created, who had been magically protected from the Mind Flayer's power, and he was able to sort of kill the Mind Flayer, although at the cost of his own life.
Just took one guy.
Well, it took many, I mean, not just one, but to find out where Nexon was at that moment, and where and then he took an exploding stone and blew up the castle.
So what do you find there? Obviously hard to get to, but does it seem like they're pretty, they go down pretty easy if you can manage to hit them?
I mean, it seems like there's some variation. It seems like the lesser Mind Flayers seem to be weaker, while the major ones seem to be more resistant.
Is there any way to draw these mind flayers out?
Fighting all of these mind flayers at once would likely be
Suicide.
a bad option.
But if we could draw some out and then have someone go in, if they leave one behind.
It is possible. I mean, obviously, they have not been able to capture Lady Anjagora or King Marcotte.
Are they in hiding?
They are, yes.
Do you all have any means of protecting your minds?
Yes, we do wear these sort of amulets. She sort of pulls her sort of leather sort of she's got sort of like a bodysuit sort of thing, except sort of like not like a Black Widow costume, not that tight, but like a sort of a black leather sort of jacket. She's sort of, but it's not like it's not modern style. Pulls it back. She has sort of like this black amulet sort of around her neck.
Does this amulet resemble the one that I picked up from the green slab?
It does not actually.
No.
No.
What about the amulet we picked up back in Isotros from
That Aris has?
Yeah, well, Yaris has it, and he's not with you guys anymore. So
I didn't know who had it.
I was trying to receive that from him before he left. There was implications were made that he left, and yeah. I told him I would never steal it, but if he willingly gave it to me, I would gladly take that.
Willing to give it to me, I'll like close my eyes and act like I'm stealing it.
I like that idea. So yeah, so she's showing the amulet. You're saying?
yeah, so she shows this sort of this dark sort of, it's sort of like an obsidian rock amulet, and sort of like a choker chain around her neck.
Are there perhaps spares of these? This alchemist, this house have spare?
Yeah. So the master of the house, Strothgan, is the one who created this. However, he has been captured by the mind flayers, and if you could rescue him, he would probably be able to make more of them for you. But as of right now, this is the only one we have.
Do you know where he happens to be? Where he's being held?
Yes, we believe he's being held in the same place you were held when you were first brought to Golgothir.
Get that wizard guy?
That place you would bust out of. Apparently.
Oh, and we should maybe take a night's rest and try and rescue Strothgan.
Also, why are we down here? I guess because we're like in a vault. Are we actually like in the vault, or is she like still taking us to the vault?
Yeah, yes, you're in like a bunker. Yeah.
Why did you take us down here? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Is it magical?
Yes, it's prevented from anyone being able to sort of gaze upon you through magical means.
See, they're mind flayers charm effects. Or does it spread out in a wave, or can they only affect an individual at a time?
They can only if they can only affect one individual at a time, I believe.
Let me just double check on D&D Beyond.
Yes, I need to double check that, but
Because if it's one that if it's something that we need to be, if it affects us all, we can't be. Either we need someone that has a necklace like Organa has, or we need to be spread out as we, I guess, reconnaissance.
well, so it depends on what sort of effect you were talking about. You're talking about the charm effect. Yes, it is only one person, but there are other abilities that they have that can affect more than one person.
Yes, we've encountered magicians who can do these things.
Yes, but people have different abilities in magic,
You are absolutely correct.
and if they can charm all of us at once, we should not be in an area that we can do that.
Well, I agree. I mean, sometimes we just have to be ready for the worst. So we always try to spread out.
But
I'm
if,
always spread out.
but if they affect one of us at a time, I may have ways to be able to, like, if I'm not one that is affected, I can potentially in charm effects on others until it's done. That's fast.
Yes. Yeah, these things would be helpful. It seems like that would be the thing to prepare for is effects like that going into a battle like this. But it sounds
All
like
I can prepare for is hitting things harder.
it sounds like we need to rescue this Strophkin or find this relaxing.
Do you know where the queen is?
Yes, I do know where Lady Andragora is, but it's better if you don't know.
Understandable.
Fair.
Well, should we take a rest and rescue Rothgar or Strophkin? Or I love because we don't know what this relaxing guy. Maybe these amulets might be able to help with him as well. So
Yeah, the guy controlling the guy that controls other guys. He probably can control you.
control guys.
Dude controlling another dude, controlling another dude.
Controlling other dudes.
Then they control a necromancer. And that it just keeps going.
The cycles and
All right, so you guys
We-
going to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys each get your own lavish room in this lovely mansion of Strothgan the Arcanist.
I'm gonna spend an hour inspecting this crystal. And
Okay, yeah. So as you inspect this amulet is a. Let me look up the details real quick.
And I will take a first watch.
Okay, it's called a Dark Shard amulet. So, let me look up. Crap. Sorry. Is a Dark Shard amulet, and it basically is an amulet fashioned from a single shard as an extraplanar material, originating from the realm of your of a basically. You gain the following benefits. You can use the amulet as a spellcasting focus for your warlock spells. You can try and cast a cantrip you don't know. It must be on the warlock spell list. You must make a DC 10 intelligence check. If this check succeeds, you cast a spell. If it fails, so does the spell, and the action used to cast the spell is wasted. In either case, you can't use this property again until you finish a long rest.
In cantrip? From the
Cantrip.
Warlock spells.
is that like would that be an action, a bonus action? What was that?
I believe it's an action.
The action used to cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a bonus action, you can
I read 2 hours.
Okay. 2 more hours. So you're keeping notes on that?
Marking it right here.
All right, good.
You read 11 hours.
All right. 11 hours out of the 80 hours. Good job. All right. So you guys settle down, have a long night's rest.
I'll take a first watch.
Okay. Make a perception check for me as you sort of patrol the house.
11.
11. All right. So as you sort of walk around the house, you see Hrothgar sort of staring there out the window towards sort of the darkness beyond.
I will just, as I pass him,
Mhm.
just kind of stop, look and see if I see anything out in the direction that he's looking, or if he's just kind of staring vacantly into space.
So I look out there, and you with 11, you don't really see too much. He sort of gazes sort of vacantly and vapidly out into the darkness. You don't see anything beyond, but you don't see a ton. All right. Is anyone else taking watch?
Mind flare. Yeah, if we're doing watch, I'll take the watch.
All right. Make a perception check for me.
That's a 5.
5. Okay. So you sort of wander around. You don't really see too much. There's some weird beast heads on the hallways. You sort of walk around. Anyone else taking watch?
I read 2 hours.
All right.
Unless I can read before those 8 hours are done, and then, or before those 8 hours are started.
I will say you can't get a full 2 hours in before that 8 hours begins. No, I mean you. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So I'm reading instead of being able to do a watch.
All right. All right, Eivor. All right, so you guys wake up the next morning. Sort of assemble. Morgana is sort of wearing sort of long sort of leather sort of riding his sort of thigh high riding boots. She's also wearing sort of tight sort of clothes, sort of traveling clothes. You know, it has a sort of a cloak over her shoulder with a hood that hangs down and sort of conceals her features. She has a sort of a traveling sack on her back.
Ready to rescue Stralken there, Morgana? It seems like you were up and packed and ready.
Yes, I'm ready to accompany you guys on this mission.
There's no time to waste, I would agree. You're the one who kind of is aware of where he is. If everybody's ready, lead the way there, Morgana.
All right, so you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head out into the street. Can I have everyone make a group stealth check for me?
My hood is up.
Hey,
Also, what are you guys trying to avoid Hrothgar? Are you guys bringing him along with you?
You keep them there.
We're
Or
leaving. Yeah.
lock him at the ball.
All right, so what'd you guys roll?
18.
18? 17? So what'd you roll,
22.
Carrick? 22? Okay, and your thing?
I rolled it.
A what?
18.
18. So 18, Wilfried 17, Eivor 18?
17.
17, okay. And Wilfried, you also rolled 17?
Yes.
Okay, all right, sorry. I missed something in there. Okay. And so again, oh, okay, sure. Okay. All right, so you guys sort of sweep off into the darkness, or move in. What were you guys say what you guys were doing with Hrothgar?
Leaving
Leave
behind.
him there, or trying to make sure he doesn't follow us. Not
Right.
letting him-
You guys sort of slip out the front door and sort of avoid the sort of Hrothgar and sort of the night. You guys one by one sort of dip out into the darkness.
I will be keeping an eye out to see, especially as we leave, but just in general, if I see that same mind flayer again, or any mind flayer.
All right, let's have a group perception check.
Before we leave.
What'd you say?
That's within the next 30 minutes. Never mind.
All right. What'd you guys roll?
10.
10.
I rolled an 8.
All right. Said 21.
Yes.
For you and Mini Chad or Major Chad.
This was
What did Major Chad roll?
Major Chad rolled a 12.
Okay. Carrick, would you roll a 2? All right.
Natural 1.
Nice. All right. So Angvor, as you sort of as you guys sort of move through the darkness, Angvor, you and Aurelia sort of stop and look into the darkness. Now you see 2 mind flayers sort of waiting there in the darkness, sort of staring at you. And a third sort of appears, and they sort of seem to be sort of consulting with one another.
how far kind of distance wise are they? Are they looking at us?
They're about 150 feet away. They're a ways away. They don't necessarily seem to have caught sight of you guys.
Guys, there seems to be 3 mind players heading in that direction. Morgana, I don't know if there's a way to kind of go around that or
So we could try and make our way a different path, but there's sort of a tunnel that sort of runs between here and sort of the center of Golgothir. But it's filled with monsters and other creatures.
this is a choice. I mean,
Well, are they the ones that are burning down the houses? Will this be how we get back?
I don't think so.
Personally, I'll take just about anything over the mind flayers right now.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a longer path. Seems to be more things. I don't really know.
You did say there was a back way out of the. You said there was a back way out of the house, right?
Yes, there is a back way out of the
Yes,
house.
Does that go the opposite direction?
That would lead us more or less to the tunnel, where the creatures lie.
You said there's
We're
3
fighting
mind
the
players.
series of them.
There's 3 of them sort of consulting about 100 feet away from you.
Maybe one.
I'm still looking at spells.
Are they in the direction that we want to go?
Yes, you need to pass relatively close by them in order to get by.
Something like that.
Which would you say would be a safe option? Which would you say, Morgana? I know you've been here a while. You know this path down underneath better. How much danger is there in that? I don't know the kinds of monsters. And
So
comparatively, I mean, we have 2 options here.
So in general, I would usually choose the normal route, but the mind flayers are formidable foes on their own, and they've become so much more prevalent on the way. Maybe for the element of surprise, I would probably take the tunnel.
All right,
Yeah, we need to get those amulets first, and then
let's go. Yeah.
if they start turning the
Yeah.
tide, that switches really
Tunnel
quick.
it up.
We have-
All right. So you guys sort of turn back
Make our way
around.
back down.
You guys enter the house. Morgana sort of leads you back to the house through the entryway. You guys go down into the vault. There's sort of like this bookshelf that sort of slides over, and this stone passageway opens up, and these sort of stairs descend. And you guys sort of begin to descend these stairs in sort of this dark abyss in the middle of nowhere. And you guys begin to sort of make your way down deeper.
Just following Morgana's lead because she's
Yep.
obviously the one that knows where we're going.
Yep, and so you guys as you guys follow her lead, you guys sort of begin to sort of go on for a while. Then you begin to hear this sort of this scratching, scraping sound underneath as you guys sort of make your way in the passageway.
Is there any light?
There's not, unless you guys have make some.
So Carrick and I are blind at the moment.
Yes, that's correct.
Is there any Morgana? Is there
I
any
wanna-
reason for us not to? Any reason for us not to shine some light in here?
Well, I'm not sure it's the best idea to shine light. We don't want to draw any of the monsters here to us.
Fair enough.
As you guys begin to
Continue, I
move
mean,
deeper and deeper into the
Yeah.
tunnels. You guys, you hear this scraping, sort of scratching sound, this sound.
can decipher where it's coming from.
It's sort of coming off to the left, in some ways.
Is it getting closer?
We're still moving stealthily with our stealth check.
Yeah, let's make a new group stealth check. Now you have turned
But I
back.
had such a good one. It's not
Ooh,
That's cocked.
Morgana with that nat 20, and Aurelia rolled a natural 18 for a dirty 20. Carrick, would you roll?
Nice.
A 13 and a 20, so 18.
Okay. 18. Ava, what would you roll?
8.
8.
I rolled it as well.
8 is okay. All right. So the scraping sound begins to get louder as it sort of begins to hear this.
I think it's louder, guys. Like, I can't see.
You sort
What
of
is that? You know?
stumble. What?
Morgana, what is that? Do you know?
Honestly, I'm not familiar with the monsters down here.
Let's push on as hard as we can. I mean, we
Might find out.
not. It seems like it's getting faster and closer.
All right. So you guys keep
Can
on.
I just have my maul ready and like be holding a reaction in
Okay.
case something like attacks me or anything close to me?
Okay.
That light. Morgana.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do that to some degree. Yeah.
Just so that like obviously we wouldn't get a sneak attack round, but if something like
Right.
attacked me or something, or if it attacked someone close enough to me that within my range, then I can at least get one hit as a reaction.
Yeah. I'll see you can hold it. We'll see what happens with it. You guys begin to move sort of deeper into the abyss. The scraping sound gets louder, coming closer to you.
See it?
Can I see anything behind me as I look behind me with my dark vision?
Yeah. So as you sort of look out, you see you see two sort of large, sort of bulbous figures. They're sort of crawling towards you. There's sort of these large, sort of like monstrosities. Their skin seems to be sort of steaming to some degree.
How close are they at this point? Does it look like?
Probably about in the darkness, you guess maybe 80 feet.
Guys, they're on our tail. They're about 100 feet down the way back behind us.
Should we just turn in the face?
I mean, it seems like they keep getting closer.
Throw up some light, turn in the face.
I can throw up light.
All right.
They don't catch us fully yet.
Morgana.
Yeah.
You been down here before?
No, this is my first time down here.
And I was wondering if you knew if it was populated with other things, or how popular it was.
Seems like there's a looming battle coming regardless.
All right. So as the trolls as the creatures begin to come closer to you, guys, so let's roll some initiative.
Stand up.
All right.
Makes sense. I'm in the dark.
right, 25 to 20. All right, 2015.
18.
All right. 15 to 10.
14.
That's 15 to 10, 10 to 5.
9.
8.
All right. So in the darkness, as these things sort of climb towards you,
And about how far away does it sound like they are right now?
they're about 80 feet away. Yeah. So let's. I'm gonna need to. Yeah. So I can't get. Yeah. So we're gonna do theater of the mind for this one.
Yeah.
I can't get Dungeon Fog up because my laptop is dead at the moment. But
That's okay.
so as these things sort of climb towards you, see these large sort of gnarling creatures sort of with snarling faces. They have sort of this dirty hair that sort of dangles in their eyes, and sort of their skin sort of burns up. Or their skin is sort of patchy, where the sort of patches have been burned away and sort of steaming. The sort of creatures sort of stumble towards you. What are you guys doing?
Who's up?
We
Carrick
could
is up. I'm sorry.
we could share a whiteboard if you just want to
Just
bare minimum,
Yeah.
this is
not even do
Location, like-
measuring, but
this is ordering or positioning, whatever.
or we just do it. Mine works.
Yeah. I mean, so. Yeah, I think. So, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I was just, we can just keep going. That's it. There is a share screen whiteboard feature,
Mm-hmm.
but we just keep going.
You want that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there's one troll here and one troll over here, and you guys are sort of, we'll say, put yourself where you guys want to be. Can you guys write on this?
We can
not.
annotate.
Mhm.
Annotate.
What is it going to show on?
Probably. I don't know. I just say we're probably 60 feet away. All
You said 70.
70 feet away. All
So
kinda
there's
close.
been,
All right.
Yeah, I'd imagine just almost all of us there.
I will be in that.
So I was gonna I'll put Aurelia there.
Then I just think maybe just a group here.
Morgana here. Yeah.
At,
Okay. All right. So Carrick, you are up first. What are you doing?
And then-
I'm just going to say, might be the time to run. And, well, I don't think there's any reason to keep the light off anymore. I think it's only going to help us.
Make us go faster.
And then I will stand my ground and wait until everyone I'll turn back to I guess I'll walk back toward the back and stand and wait with my maul at the ready.
Okay.
And then if it looks like everyone else is running, I will then hold my action to dash along with everyone else.
Okay. All right. You're holding a dash action?
Yeah, and I've moved toward the back.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. So Morgana will move towards sort of the back of the group, and she will action and movement dash down the hallway away from these creatures.
away from.
Mm-hmm. She moves 60 feet in the opposite direction from them.
Cool.
And then, then it's Growthing's turn. Growthing, what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess we'll. Why not? I'll just move 40 feet.
All right. So you move 40 feet down the hallway away from them.
I'm gonna try and pull out yet. But I'll do 40.
Okay. So you move 40 feet away from them.
Away. Yep.
All right. So now it's Riley's turn. Riley will follow your lead and Morgana's lead, and she'll move 60 feet in down the direction towards Morgana, and both will sort of move down the hallway away from these creatures. Now it is the rot troll's turn, and they can move 30 feet. So they will action and bonus action towards you guys 60 feet, right? So they'll move. So now they are about within 20 feet of the group. Here and here, we'll say. Here and here. So you're within.
There's still no light, so all I just hear.
Right, you hear these are these
Them getting much louder.
booming footfalls as they rush towards you guys. And then Wilfried, it's your turn. What are you doing?
I hear people running.
Mm-hmm.
I will use my movement to try to follow that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I can't see anything. I don't know if I want to throw up light. I will throw grass or entangle.
Okay.
How far away are they?
20 feet.
I don't know exactly how far because I can't see.
You have to somewhat guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how the best guess.
Mhm.
Perceptible.
Yeah, make a
Alright, well,
perception check.
Okay.
A disadvantage since you're blind.
14.
14. I will say that you doing the best you can. That you can.
I could roll a d4 and figure out how far or something how far away at.
Yeah, roll a d4.
1, so I'm gonna basically cast it literally right behind us.
All right, so you put it right here. So in 20 feet cube right behind you, which wouldn't actually hit both of them because they are about 20 feet away from you guys. So we're saying 5-10 feet back. Yeah, they would get both of them.
When you say right behind us, does that mean like just
it's
far
20
enough
foot-
behind us, just
Yeah,
far enough behind
far
us that
enough
it
where it
wouldn't
doesn't
affect us?
Yeah, it's a 20-foot square,
Okay. Yeah. Right.
and so 20 feet away from us. So from us to 20 feet,
All right.
and then I'm just gonna move 25 feet away.
All right. And so that means now they need to make strength saving throws, right?
If they were in the area when I cast.
Which they were.
So strength saving throw of 16. So they
Right.
rolled.
The first one rolls a 7. The second one rolls a 21.
So that one is saved. The
Mhm.
one that failed is restrained.
All right. So you hear sort of like this one sort of in frustration as the vine sort of wrap around its legs and arms, sort of suspend it, sort of restrain it. The other one sort of rips through and continues coming after you guys.
So the one that's restrained can make an action to save against it,
Mhm.
and otherwise it's if they can move, it's half feet because it's difficult terrain.
All right, got it. Ingvar, you're up.
And I moved 25 feet.
Just rushing down the hallway towards Morgana, 60 feet.
6 feet. All right. And then Carrick, would that have at one point triggered your action
Okay.
dash?
Yep. If I hear everyone else is patterned on, then I'm gonna
Make a
Run them
perception
both.
check just to see if you can tell if everyone is gone or not.
18.
18, you can tell.
Okay.
So you
cool.
move 30
you.
feet down as well.
Cool.
So now he's back to your turn, Carrick. What are you doing?
At this point, I will movement and action 60 feet.
All right, movement and action 60 feet. Morgana will movement and action 60 feet. Girthane, it's your turn.
Movement action 80 feet.
80 feet. All right. Aurelia will movement and action 60 feet. Now you're back to the rock troll's turn. So the one will make a strength saving throw to get out. That is a 12. So that's a failure.
That's still restrained.
All right. The other one will move. Let's see. He is still in the square, right? Does that matter?
He has to move 20 feet within difficult, or the 20 feet is difficult terrain.
Okay. So let's see. He will say that he was more or less in the middle, because that you're saying like about 20-ish feet away, right? You're saying you're casting it far enough away so you guys weren't hit, which would be about 20 feet away, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Just
yeah. So
see the edge popped up right behind us.
right, yeah. So he'll move through it. We'll say we were saying like in the square, is it 20 feet like in total, or is
It's
right?
20 by 20 feet square, so it's 4 squares wide and 4 squares long.
Okay, so yeah, I'll say that he so they're about 20 feet away. So you probably would have cast. I'll say they have to move through like 10 feet of it.
Okay.
So that's about 20 feet of movement, and then he'll use so he'll go 10 feet through that. Then he'll go another 10 feet with his movement, and then action to go another 30 feet. So that is 50 feet of movement. So that means that he is engaged with. He is able to engage with you, Wilfried, but isn't able to attack you. Wilfried, what are you doing now?
I will just keep running in a straight line, and I will take the opportunity.
All right. So,
because I'm not exactly sure how close he is. I just hear breathing.
All right. So you'll take the opportunity attack. That is a natural 20. So that is 18. Sorry, no, 22 points of slashing damage, plus another only 1 point of necrotic damage.
All right. And I'll action the move again.
Okay, so you're able to move 50 feet down the hallway.
And I hope I don't run into a wall.
All right. So you move through this. So you move 50 feet down the hallway, but you are starting to sort of fall behind a little bit.
Yeah.
Angvor, is now your turn.
I'll shout back, Wilfried, hurry up! And
I'm trying.
Kind of look back. Can I see how far back he is?
Yeah, so he is about, let's see, you've moved 60 feet from your starting position. So he is about like 35-ish feet. Yeah, he's about 35 to 30 feet away from you right at the moment.
And how far back is the troll thing?
The one troll is about 30 to 35 feet away. The other one is probably another, like he's probably 85, 90 feet back. He's probably another 50-ish feet back beyond that.
So the troll that's closer to Wilfried is 35 feet away from me, or 35 feet away from Wilfried?
35 feet away from you. Wilfried has moved 50 feet from that spot. So you're closer to him than Wilfried is.
I see. So I will turn around and aim 2 Eldritch Blasts at him.
Okay.
One is a 19 and the other is a 28.
Both hit.
There's 27 points of damage, and he's pushed back 20 feet and slowed 20 feet.
Okay. All right.
And I will run 30 feet up to right where Wilfried is, pretty much close to where Wilfried's at this point, it seems like.
Yeah, so he moves 60 feet from where you started. Yeah, so you're roughly in where Wilfried
Around
is.
Wilfried,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You moved
He's
90
like
feet.
So then that one got pushed back 20 feet and slowed. And then so then I'm gonna keep running.
All right. Got it. All right. Carrick, it's now your turn.
Oh boy. So I'm about 10 feet ahead of Will. And Will.
All right. So you ran
'Cause I
30
was-
feet
I was
the
at- I
first
was at-
turn.
Right. And I was right at the back.
Mhm.
And so he would have gone 25 feet that first round, and I would have gone 30, but I would
Right.
have started like 5 feet behind him. So
Sure.
we started at the same place. I went 60, he went 50, so I'm about
Sure.
10 feet ahead.
Sure.
Oh boy. I don't want to leave Wilfried behind.
Oh, I'm back there.
Oh, how are you? You're behind me too?
Yeah.
Oh,
So Angvor has moved a total of 90 feet from his starting position, right?
I moved 75.
You moved 75, and then Carrick, you've moved 90 as well. So Angvor is
So I guess
probably like about 5 feet ahead of you, Carrick.
okay. I will. I guess slow down and wait till Wilfried catches up, and then again I'll use I'll hold an action to dash
Okay, so
to
you're-
keep pace with him when he runs past.
Okay, so you're holding a dash action.
Right, to keep
Okay.
pace with Wilfried when he runs past.
Okay. All right, so you're holding your dash action. Now is Morgana's turn. She is way ahead of you guys, and she is moving down another 60 feet. Girthing is now your turn.
Was gonna go back and help. I'm like the fastest one here, I think. So I will also, I guess, do kind of like a carrot with carrot too, and hang in the back, and then hold action to dash. Keep
Okay.
So I have 40 feet of movement to move backwards. Hold action.
Sorry, what were you saying? You said so you're hanging back and you're going 40
Yeah.
feet.
But or just as far back as I need to.
Hmm.
If, somewhere around there.
Because you've moved 160 feet at this point, right?
I moved 120. I did 40 the first round.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So you're sort of holding. So you're only like.
Even if I move back like 30 feet, I'll be in the same area that they were.
Right. So you're actually moving backwards a little bit and then holding an action. Okay. So you move back about 30-ish feet to get in range, 35 feet to get in range of everyone else. You're holding a dash action. Aurelia will also hold a dash action because she doesn't want to get too far out ahead. She's about 120 feet ahead. Now it is their turn. The one troll will make his save. That's a 23.
He succeeds.
All right. So he breaks free. He moves forward his 10 feet of movement through the difficult terrain, and he moves 10 feet towards you guys. But he's still ways back there. The other one is, you said he's been slowed by 20 feet, so he moves 10 feet towards you guys as well.
And he was pushed back 20 feet. So now
Right.
He's back to where he started, which was 50 feet away from me.
Right. Yeah. So he's still a distance away from you as well. No, no, he's still 60 feet. Asher, he's 60 feet away from you. Because he got pushed back 20 feet from the 50 feet that he was away from you. He's only able to move 10 feet forward.
I guess he does have his. He only moved 20 feet on his whole turn. Even action. Okay. All right.
Oh wait, yeah. Can he? Does that include the action?
That's not the mind for us.
No, that's just Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Then he will also use the action. So they both use their actions to dash. Sorry. So that will be.
Well, the first one had to use his action to break free.
That's correct. That's correct. I'm sorry. Yeah. So he moved 10 feet through the 10 feet, which kind of 20 feet through the difficult terrain. He moved the extra 10 feet, so he's 20 feet away from you guys. But he's still about 50 feet away from you, Asher. The second one will go 10 feet with his movement, and then he will move a 30 feet. So he's 40 feet away. He was 70 feet away. So he's about 30 feet away from you, Asher. Wilfried.
Cool.
Then it's their turn. Wilfried, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm still running.
All right. So you move 50 feet down the tunnel away from them. All right. Angel, what are you doing?
I yell, keep running, and I turn around and throw 2 Eldritch Blasts again at this guy because I see him come closer.
Mm-hmm. The one that you hit before?
What I'm doing?
Or the other one?
What?
The one that
What?
you hit before or the other one?
The first one still, because
Okay.
I can't really see the other one behind that far back at this point. That is a 18 and a 11.
11 does not hit. The 18 does.
12 points damage. He's pushed back 10 feet, slowed 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I'll move 30 feet down.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm probably about 15 feet behind Wilfried because I was a little bit ahead of him. So
Right.
I just go, what do you think I'm doing?
And so then,
mainly talking to Kara Birthing, who kind of I saw him slow down.
yeah.
I
So
was
at
just
this
trying to say, so, yeah.
at this point, Carrick, Girthing, and really, you guys all move forward, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Carrick, sorry, Girthing, you're about 10 feet behind Wilfried at this point. Carrick, you are about, we'll say, like 15, 20-ish feet, something like that. Like maybe
Behind.
behind Wilfried. And Aurelia is about like 150 feet. So she's farther ahead still of Wilfried.
Yeah.
And so this one, yes, that's your turn. I will say that at this rate, you guys can get away from them, since they are so far back at this point.
Okay.
And we can exit combat if you guys want to. Yeah, if you guys keep on hustling down the
Yeah,
tunnel.
I was only throwing Eldritch Blast just because I was trying to slow him down. I'm not like trying to stay in combat. So
Yeah.
I'm just running.
Right. All right, so you guys sort of book it down the hallway, and you sort of like move through the tunnel, sort of ducking corners and dodging things. You sort of stop and catch your breath and look around. You appear to be alone.
I'm still going.
You appear to have lost. You sort of run into Morgana, and she's like, "Wilfried, what are you doing? You've lost them."
We see you. I'm glad it was all straight though.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. We ran into a combat and didn't just try to kill everything.
We did
So-
history too.
So as you guys sort of move through this tunnel, and as you guys sort of plan for your sort of assault on the Mind Flayer Citadel, as we end tonight's session.
I will bonus word that, or I will cure wounds my first before we go.
All right, sounds good.
Second. Wait, I don't have cure wounds.
oh,
Somebody didn't
Well,
set up their
where's my cure-
spell.
what a cleric you are.
Apparently, I have gentle repose. I thought I didn't realize I had.
You didn't want us to decay, we'll die.
This will be more useful.
I thought I got rid of gentle repose. Apparently, I didn't.
All right.
All right.
It was fun.
So sorry. Yeah. What am I doing? Whoa. No.
Because I did think I had cured wounds.
Okay. So sorry, guy.